Hi everyone, I hit the wrong button and ended up having to make a separate video, and I'm not that smart to know how to edit and put them two together. So last time I saw you, or I chatted with you, we had put tissue paper on there, and I went away to my sewing machine to sew around the edges. I'm going for something a little bit different. I'm doing a purple or sort of indigo and a teal colour to go with this. And the reason being, I wanted to go indigo to bring a bit of colour in, because everything is quite similar in the colours. So indigo to me is, you know, those beautiful safari sunsets where you see the silhouettes with the purple going to the blue skies. So that's where I was going with that. So as I said, I have already picked out papers for a signature. This is from Goldenmeade's Time in Africa kit, and I've picked out the papers I like. They're beautiful. They've got some absolutely stunning patterns on there. I've got a bit of music paper. I've already gone through and sewn those. Another piece is just gessoed brown paper bag. Some tea-dyed paper. Another page from the kit, which I have sewn and put a little pocket already in there. Another piece of music paper. Piece from the kit, tea-dyed paper. Here's another piece from the kit which I've sewn pocket. As you see, it's a whole page, and I've flipped it up and just to get it to the right size. Now this piece is quite cool. This is a on tracing paper, and it definitely adds a bit of interest to there. I was very fortunate. The lady I'm making this for, my friend, she found this beautiful coffee bag in her sewing kit and said, did I want it? And I was like, yes indeed, I will incorporate it into the journal somehow. So what I am going to do is I'm going to turn it into, it's open on one end, so it can be a pocket. I'm not going to open this, I don't want to wreck it. I'm just going to leave it as a something of interest in there. So what I have done is another two pieces of the kit. Look at that, isn't that gorgeous? And I've backed that onto another paper bag and sewn it. So it's actually like so. And I thought that could be my centre of something a little bit different. So that goes like that, shuts down like that, and that will be sitting in the centre with a nice little piece of tracing paper over it. I think that'll look quite cool actually. Carrying on, so there's the other side of that tracing paper and the kit. I've just sewn that. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave all these strands hanging off it or not yet, but you've got your pocket there, tea-dyed paper, another piece for the pocket, another music page, pretty. The colours, see what I mean, they're just beautiful, but they are all similar, so it needed some kind of pop of colour, I think. I'm going to have a tip out there, another music paper, and that. And so by the time we get all that sewn in, it's going to fit into my cover like so. So if you'd like to hang around, and hopefully I don't make too much of a botch of it, and we'll get this piece sewn in. So I'm just going to go through and fold everything and score everything nice and tight. Last thing you want is it all falling apart. And I'm thinking I might do a 5 pamphlet stitch this time, a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. I haven't done those too often, so like I said, hopefully I don't make too much of a botch up of it. My sewing machine is not the best, but it is designed not to be perfectly straight lines. You'll see I've put a bit of a wiggle on it. Again, it's just all about having a bit of interest. I haven't thought about how I'm going to decorate this yet. I'm thinking I'm still going to bust out my stencils and give that a go. some of these, I haven't even inked around the pages yet. I thought I'd do that later. Some of these are torn edges, some of them are cut straight edges. My friend really likes that kind of rusticy kind of junk journal look. So that's what I'm going to go for. Her mum, she said her mum has never seen anything like it, and every time I make one of these and I show her, she just loves it because she's never seen anything like it before. So so that's what we're going to do. We'll do something that hopefully won't freak mum out too much, but we'll get to have a bit of a talking point. She said that her mum, when she goes on holiday, likes to go to the sanctuaries and the rehabilitation places and throughout Africa to see the animals in their natural habitats and where they have been saved. So being able to incorporate this. I'm also, as an accent colour, going to be putting gold because I think that will be quite stunning. So yeah, gold hardware. This one is going to be the one that I really need to, because it is quite thick. Yeah, I couldn't believe it when she bought me this. I was like, wow, I can't wait to try using that. That's going to be so cool. About halfway. I think everyone probably does things slightly different. Being one signature, you can get away with not being so precise with your where you've got everything placed. Do I want to do 5 or shall I just stick to my 3? You know what, I think I will. I'm just going to stick to 3. Now this one's an interesting one because it's got so many folds in it and tiers in it. And then you can see they're all different sizes and shapes, widths, dimensions, whatever you want to call it. And that's how I like to roll. Okay, right, have we got everything up the right way? The writing's up the right way, yes. Well done, Helena. I have been known to sew things around the wrong way. Again, that pop of colour to go with the purple. I'm actually going to use a purple wax threaded piece. I'm a bit excited about that. It's either going to look really, really good or I'll live to regret. But you know what? Let's go for it. What could possibly go wrong? So I do 3 lengths and I've just managed to move that quite nicely because I forgot to add my this is the smallest one. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to just do 3, I think. Oh, didn't even get my needles out. That was useful, wasn't it? What have we got? This is the time where you think about whether you want your tie off on the inside or the outside. think we might move that down just slightly so that we don't lose coffee, but it's still in the I suppose I could have actually ironed it if I wanted to. Okay, you ready? Here goes nothing except ruining my friend's very special I think I'm going to tie this from the outside. Again, I haven't really thought too much about how I'm going to decorate the cover yet. I tend to do that, don't I? Sort of like go for it and then worry about stuff later. Okay, and then your third hole, just to make sure we catch everything. Nice big hole. The one good thing about when you do tissue paper with on the brown paper is that it does strengthen it quite significantly as well, which is what we always like. Okay, right, now I just need to come in, find my hole in my bag. The only thing not working, I guess it doesn't really matter too much because being linen, I think that's where it was. I hope I'm not too far off camera. Right, go through the next hole. I'm going to go that way. I'm not sure if this is how I normally do it at all. I think I might be completely up the kibosh here, but anyway, that's okay, Helena. I'm sure we'll get the result we need eventually. Right, pull out my awl. Go all the way, so we went in through the middle, up. I'm going to come out. I'm going to go all the way down to here. Yes. And then we're going to go back. Now what I do is hold it nice and tight because you don't want to split the thread. If you split the thread, it's very hard to tighten. Right, how do we go? I think we're okay. Pull it back out. And I have one on each side. And I'm just going to pull this around so that I have a little bit of length in there. I think I need a bit more. There we go, one on either side. And a double knot. There we go. Nice and tight, nice and right, let's see how we got on. Don't lose your needle, Helena. Right, so that was to sit in there like so. That sat like that. Put another piece in here. And looking not bad at all. Nice and tight. Let my mat go all over the place. As I said, I am still going to decorate, obviously. Probably won't go through a huge decorating process like I did last time, but there's a couple of embossing ephemera pieces I might take you through. I've got some ideas, and I thought it would be fun to play with a bit of texture. There we go, pretty. I love it because it just gives it a nice sound. So we've got a little pocket there, a little tuck spot. I might have to glue that down. There's that beautiful bag, Finest Roasted. If you open it up, you've got your coffee bag. Got a little pocket there to put something in. Look at that page. I'm gonna have fun with that. Close that down, close that down, close that down. Neat, neat, neat. Happy. Beautiful. Picture there. Small butterflies. It doesn't look particularly straight, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Pocket there. Everything's looking nicely sewn. I don't think it's going to fall apart too quickly. Right, there is the base of my journal ready to decorate. My next steps are exactly that. I will do some stenciling and stamping like I usually do. I'll do some inking, I'm going to make some embellishments, and then obviously we'll do a final flip through. So thanks for coming along on the journey for this one, and we'll catch up with you in the next video. Bye for now.